What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm bringing you 5 very specific fragrances. And it's not so much about each individual fragrance as it's about what each fragrance represents. These are the 5 types of fall fragrances I feel every man should have in their collection. And I want to discuss them with you. So stay tuned. So not a whole lot screams fall more than a tobacco fragrance, a spicy fragrance. Why not a spicy tobacco fragrance? And I feel like everybody should have at least one of those in their fragrance wardrobe. And for me, a really good one that was a hype beast for a long time, and the hype's kind of killed over, and I don't really know why, is PACO RABANNE 1 million PRIVE. This stuff is still absolutely fantastic. It's a little sweet. Not near as sweet as its counterparts, the original and 1 million Lucky being this, probably the most popular sweet one of the line. This still has that signature sweetness, but the cinnamon's dialed up quite a bit from the original's DNA, and there's this lovely, somewhat synthetic, it's a designer fragrance, synthetic tobacco note. It's a very warm, spicy tobacco fragrance with an underlying tone of some woods and some sweetness. Performs very well. It's got some good staying power without being a too much of an in-your-face fragrance. It's not super loud, but it does really put out there and get you some attention. This is one that's great for evenings, those cooler days in the fall where you want a fragrance that has the ability to kind of warm you up a bit. This will definitely accomplish that. I would put this kind of in the date night, evenings out category, but definitely on a nice cold fall day, this will work well during the day as well. 1 million PRIVE. So you got your basic of what a good fall fragrance is all about. Warm, spicy tobacco fragrance. You got to have one of those. And I also believe you need a much higher quality, well put together fragrance for those occasions when you're going to dress up a bit more. Maybe pull out a blazer or even go suit and tie. And I think NISHANE HACIVAT is perfect for that. Here it's a much higher quality fragrance. It has a bit of an old school vibe in the dry down with a much more modern top note and opening, because you're going to get a lot of citruses and pineapple, bright, fresh, uplifting up top, and then as it starts to dry down, you're going to get a lot more oak moss. This is a strong chypre, which has more of that old school appeal, but a much more modern take on it. Like I said, the opening, the heart of this fragrance is much more bright and uplifting and youthful, but still very high quality, performs fantastic, and dresses up very, very well. The oak moss and that chypre appeal that it has, the chypre olfactory profile, really makes this one fit a suit and tie, a blazer, or even just a nice Oxford. This fits it really well. Obviously, being a more high quality fragrance, it's going to cost a bit more, but you're going to get more for your money. You're going to smell much more luxurious and well put together, because this is a luxurious, well put together fragrance, in my opinion. That is NISHANE HACIVAT. So from something more serious and well put together, and definitely much more high quality, let's go with the opposite side of the coin with something a bit more laid back, playful, and just kind of a fun fragrance, if you will. I'm talking about Polo Red, the Eau de Parfum. This is actually my favorite in the line. I know a lot of people love the extreme and the intense, and I love the intense as well. But for me, this one here, you get that beautiful bright orange up top. You still get plenty crisp, spicy ginger. It still has that signature cranberry, sweet type of smell that this particular line is known for. It does perform really well. It has a richness to it without having the heavy wear of the extreme. You still get a lot of the appeal and the performance of the intense, but much fresher. This isn't dominated by coffee like the intense. This is much more playful, a much more easygoing type of fragrance that, yeah, you can still wear on a nice evening out. It is attractive to the ladies. My wife personally loves this fragrance. That's why it's got a decent little dent in it. I do wear it in the evenings from time to time. Well, like I said, my wife really enjoys this one. This one suits the younger man a lot better as well. Like I said, it's not so serious of a fragrance, because the more serious fragrances, kind of like HACIVAT, that doesn't really appeal to the average younger man. And when I say younger man, I mean late teens, early 20s. This will appeal to your senses a bit more. Not every younger man likes the sweet fragrances, I get that, but this has a much more fresh, spicy appeal on top of the underlying sweetness that the signature of the Polo Red line is known for. You can find these for a decent price. This is actually a tester bottle. Doesn't look like it because it came in a white tester box. You can get them for a decent price. They're a solid performer, and it smells great. It really just smells great. And you can do most things with this, I would say. Definitely suits the cooler weather. Great during the day. A little bit better in the evenings than during the day, in my opinion, but nothing serious here. Just a fun fragrance, in my opinion. Polo Red, EDP. We covered spicy tobacco. We covered well put together and serious. We covered playful and laid back. This kind of encompasses a little bit of everything. While I wouldn't sit here and call it high quality, it's definitely more on the synthetic side. But this is the most do-it-all, well-rounded, and versatile fragrance in this video. I'm talking about YSL Y Eau de Parfum. This has the performance, this has the versatility, this has the likability factor. You're gonna like the way you smell. Those around you are gonna like the way you smell, and they will smell you very easily because of its performance. The token blue fragrance of the bunch, because in my opinion, being a blue fragrance enthusiast and lover and supporter, everybody needs at least one good blue fragrance, and this is a really, really good, dare I say great, blue fragrance, because it really touches all the bases. You get a lot of freshness up top. You do have a nice touch of sweetness, though in high heat it can be a little much and be a bit cloying. So not my favorite fragrance in the summer. I actually like its counterpart, the Eau de Toilette, the fresher, lighter version in the summer more. But if you're easy on the sprays, because of how powerful this is, it'll still work just as well in the high heat for you. Year-round type of versatility, cut through the cold type of performance, the likability, the mass appeal, the compliment factor is all there. This can be perfect on a casual day off. This can go to work with you. This can go to dinner with you. This can dress up. While not my favorite choice for a suit and tie, obviously, if you needed to do it, you absolutely could if this was your only fragrance. And if you're just gonna have 5 fragrances in your wardrobe, I think it's very important to have a blue fragrance that kind of does a little bit of everything. And in my opinion, one of the best at doing a little bit of everything is YSL Y EDP. Then last but certainly not the least, your fresh, laid back, casual fragrance that's going to be what you wear fresh out of the shower, the fragrance you wear to and from the gym, however you like to rock it with your gym fragrances. Just a nice refresher, something you keep in your bag in a pinch. You want to smell fresh. It's cheap. It just works. Sean John 3 AM. Very, very hard to beat. Another one my wife's a big fan of. Actually, prior to recording this video, when she came in to see what I was up to, and I went over what the video topic was, she smelled this. She said, ooh, let me spray myself. Sprayed herself down. Her current scent of the night. So ladies, this works well on you ladies too. It smells great on my wife. She's actually wearing it currently as her scent of the evening. But it's a different fragrance. It's a freshie that doesn't smell like all the rest. There's some uniqueness here. It has this lovely fig leaf, citrus up top, gin and tonic water smell with this soft, supple synthetic leather, and the best atomizer in the game, in my opinion. It's good stuff. Not a real strong performer, but in a pinch, you got this in your bag, you give yourself a few sprays. For a little while, 2-3 hours, you'll smell really good, fresh, and a bit unique. Might even start a conversation or two. In my opinion, every man, especially in the fall, you gotta have something fresh, because you don't just want to wear heavier, sweeter, spicy fragrances all season long. You gotta still have something bright, fresh, and enjoyable in your fragrance wardrobe. And in my opinion, for the money, it's very hard to beat, especially with the uniqueness of Sean John 3 AM. Well, that is the 5 types of fragrances with an example for each of what I feel every man should have in his fragrance wardrobe for this fall. And until next time, do me a real quick favor and go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. Obviously, there's multiple fragrances that could have went in each particular situation, and that's just the ones that I felt were great examples based on the topic for each section. Obviously, there's a ton of great warm, spicy tobacco fragrances out there. There's a ton of great blue fragrances. There's a ton of well-rounded, high-quality, well-put-together fragrances, and so on. You get the point. These are just the 5 I wanted to bring to you today that I feel are great recommendations. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 5, or cover these 5 categories at the least, you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a great day, guys.